Okay, hey guys. It is 1:41 in the morning. I've tried recording this 4 times now, and certain things kept making it hard to. So, as many of the fan knows, oh my god, tonight was emotional. No, I didn't get to go to that concert because I live in Colorado, and Madison Square Garden is not in Colorado. But, seeing everything on Twitter and Tumblr, it just kind of told me it was emotional. So in light of these events, I've decided I will tell my story about how 21 Pilots actually saved my life. And I say actually not in like a literal sense, it's a figurative sense. So I'll be reading something that I actually did for school, which talks about this. Because I tried to do it without it, and I couldn't figure out where I was. So I'm gonna start the second paragraph. Music is getting me through one of the toughest times in my life, which was sparked 3 years ago, and has gotten more challenging since then. On the 22nd of September in 2013, someone tragically young took to life. She was about 11 years old. She was about to turn 12. Her name was Anya, and she was my girlfriend. Even now, it impacts me so much because the feelings haven't stopped affecting me. This was only the beginning of multiple incidents that are still carrying on now that I would prefer not to talk about. Especially the ones that are still going on as I speak. Death, of course, is a common tragedy. I've been through it. You people that are watching, if anybody even is watching, have been through it. But this girl, she was my first love. And that's still painful to admit today, 3 years ago, that she was my first love and she's dead. She was my first significant other, my first girlfriend, and we dated for 6 months, and then she took her life from me. Leaving behind nothing other than a message telling me how sorry she was. It destroyed me. As you can see right now, I'm near tears. I felt no reason to carry on, because this was one of the darkest moments of my life, and I never, ever want to go back. The most inspirational music of mine, surprisingly, came from this awful time. I needed an outlet because I would not allow myself to give up so easily. I was not going to go down without a fight. Because that would have been weak. In my eyes, it would have been weak for me to do that. After carrying on for as long as I had and then just suddenly giving up, that wouldn't be okay in my eyes. Now I'm trying to calm down. Okay. I could do this. One of the bands that I began listening to was, as you could tell, 21 Pilots. One of my friends, I will not be giving his name because he's not really a friend anymore, he introduced me to their music. And the first song that I heard was Fall Away. No, it wasn't Holding On To You, which actually means a lot to me. That was one of the first songs, but it wasn't the first. And Holding On To You is one of the ones that means a lot to me, as well as Guns for Hands, stuff like that. Anyway, the songs that they played, they conveyed my emotions in ways that I felt were inexpressible for me. And that's fair, I was young. I still am young. I'm 15 years old, I'm still young. I was 12, and I loved. And that was a fucking crime, apparently. But what their songs did is that even though I regret not being able to save her, I can be somewhat open about it. I can talk about it and know that it wasn't my fault. I'm not the one that pushed her to that. I'm the one that tried to keep her from doing that. If it weren't for this music, I would not be at this point in my life where I could even admit that she's gone. I might not even be alive. And honestly, music is probably one of the best thing invented by humans. It's an outlet to the soul. When words fail, it conveys itself loudly. They keep many from repressing emotions that desperately need to escape, and they impact so many in the end. They are the reason some people are living. They are the reason some are functioning as human beings. They shape us as people, ultimately creating our personalities. A world without it is bleak and desolate, and we should all recognize the true power of it, embrace it. And yeah, I wrote that for school. I got really personal. It was the end of the year though, so I was just like, screw it, did it. But yeah, I haven't told my story to many. I told it to Twitter, but not many people noticed. So now I'm telling it to you guys, and I beg that you guys don't do anything negative to this. It's very personal to me. It means a lot. Because this might not seem recent to you, but it was still recent to me. The wounds are still fresh to me. And luckily, Tyler, Joseph, and Josh Dunn were there to help pick up the pieces. Not literally. And they probably don't even know that. And they still might not know it today. But I just wanted to say thank you. You guys have come a long way. And I'm so glad to be able to share. I'm so glad that you guys are able to share your music with us. Because you really have changed some lives. You've changed my life. You've changed many people's lives. So thank you. I gotta head to bed now. It is almost 2 o'clock in the morning. I spent way, way longer on this than I thought I would. And I'm starting school in... Oh crap, I'm starting school soon. That's gonna be hell. Well, anyway, I gotta go. Bye.